Hello and welcome into the Piles of Paragraphs creative space. I'm Lori and today, hidden paper clips, one of my favorite things, I have another idea. We're going to use die cuts to make hidden paper clips. Hope everyone's doing well and you've had a chance to do something creative. I just think these are so fun. I'm so excited. Use these little tag shapes to make them, with the holidays coming up. I thought this might be a really great idea to make like little sets of different shapes. So that's what this started out as. And so I used, a 12 by 12 sheet of scrapbook paper and made these. So they're the same on both sides. And I made my little butterfly, and the butterfly is not quite tall enough to have the paperclip go this way. The little tiny Tim Holtz paper clips would probably work, but I'm just using my regular like office size paper clips. So I made this one a side tuck butterfly. So anyway, let's get started so I can explain to you what I did. My paper clips here. Okay. And let me get a piece of glue paper to put down. Okay, so I've die cut. Well, yeah, okay. This one is already all put together. I went ahead and die cut the cardstock, and then I cut plain paper to go on the inside. So this is the simplest one. So let's try this one first. So I'm gonna put my little paper clip on here. And then I will turn this over and use my art glitter glue. And hopefully this will work. I cut the inside part on the fold for some of them. Some of them I didn't. It is a little bit easier, I think, if you cut it on the fold. A little easier to put together, but, it does not have to be on the fold. And I just used a really lightweight cardstock for the center. These are not super duper heavy paper clips. So do this, put this down to the end, and it's good to have plenty of space up at the top to be able to seal it when you put the pieces together. So we'll put glue here. See. On here really well. Get right up to your edges as best you can. And take your piece and line it up. And then give it a good squish without making it shift. I guess if you really wanted to, you could also do the outside paper on the fold. That would make it a little easier too. That would already be sealed up. I didn't think of that till just now. So there you go. There's another idea while we create. Just burnish that down really well. Piece of lightweight cardstock handy so you can slip it in. And there you go. I just thought these were fun. You just have to make sure that your die cuts are large enough to hold the little paper clips. I tried to use big paper clips, but I didn't have any that were big enough. So let's see. Let's do this one next. Yeah, grab my paper clip. Put the paper clip on here. This one has a lot more real estate, so see, it only works if you take the pin out of the art glitter glue. See, the flat edge for the triangles would work on the fold. The circles would be harder, I think, to get it still, or ovals rather, would be harder, I think, to get it on the fold for the outside paper. So you just line it up. And originally when I did these, I thought I might need to do like the next smaller size down of the, these are the Sizzix Tim Holtz shapes that I've had for ages and rarely ever use. So, and this is, you know, 6x6 scrapbook paper that's been in my stash. So it's a win-win as far as using things that have just been hanging around and not getting used. So make sure you put plenty of glue up around the top and along here. We'll get close to as close to the edges as you can, and then take this and line it up. Give it a good squish. See, be careful when you squish it that you don't squish it and make it not line up. And of course you could decorate these with another layer of paper or anything you want. A little, you know, a little cluster on there would be fun as well, but there we go. And there it is. It does stick out just a little bit, so you know you have kind of a little bit of a tab. So, okay, I've got that one. Now let's see, what else do I have? Let's do these, because I'm going to do an additional layer on this particular one. So we've got the paper clip on there. Do the glue closest to the edges as we can. Really, I say that as much for me as I do for you, because, you know, to remind myself, because sometimes I think, oh, just put a little glue here, it'll be fine. So then bring it to your point. And give it a good squish. Ooh. Excuse me, I'm gonna cough. Try to keep your paper clip straight, although I don't know really that it matters all that much. If it's a little crooked, it will still hold on to your paper. As close to the edge as we can. Plenty of glue on this part. I'm gonna cough again, excuse me. And then line them up. Give them a good squish. And then on this one, I decided I wanted to add an additional layer of the same 6x6 scrapbook paper, and it's a lightweight paper. It's not very heavy. Just so that there would be another accent. So just line that up. I got my new glasses, and they're trifocals, and this is my first attempt at making a video with them, so bear with me, please. Bound and determined to make these glasses work, so, but I think it's gonna be a bit of a learning curve. We'll say it's great though. I can see detail ever so much better than I've been able to lately. Oh goodness, yeah, it's been a struggle. So there you go. So we have this one. It's a little fancier, but I think they're cute fancy or cute not so fancy. Whoops, can I line this up now? Tell me I didn't glue this. I know I didn't glue it shut. There we go. There's that one on there. I just think these are so fun. Now on this one, I did not put it on the fold. And so let me just take it. There's my paper clip. Let me see. Oh yeah, I've got plenty of room there. I'm just gonna cut the end cut this off straight-ish, because, you know, I live in the land of ish. And put the paper clip on that flat end. Get rid of these little pieces there. And then the same process as before. Glue as close to the edges as you can. Be generous with your glue, but not so generous that it squishes out. Want it to hold well, but you know, you don't want to have it squishing all over the place. Okay. So, do I want to do? Yeah, let me do these. No, I don't know. No, I have to do them this way because I didn't line the stripes up. Not that that matters, I suppose, really. Okay, let's try to get that nice and straight-ish. Put glue on this side. Then we'll do the ones that are the little tag shapes. Did not get enough glue around the edge there. See, I get excited and want to jump on and do something else. Focus, 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 focus. Okay. Alrighty. So relatively simple. The die cutting takes a little bit of time, but these particular sets of die cuts have multiples of the same size, so it's really nice to, you know, you can cut multiple ovals, multiple triangles. I didn't do the circles because we've already done circle hidden paper clips. Okay, now let's do the tags. I think this is also, I'm sure, I know it's Sizzix, and I'm sure it's probably Tim Holtz. Yeah, this is the Tim Holtz Thinlits 662423. I've had this for ages too, so line that up nice and straight. I tried originally with these just to do a strip of cardstock, and you can. It just gets to be a little bit trickier when you're trying to, you know, match up the little roundy edges and all that kind of stuff. So I decided it would be easier to just cut this out of the same shape. Then everything lines up and it's nice and strong, and you know, less stress. So we'll do this. Make sure the video is still going. Yes. So line this up. Make sure you line up the side with the hole, with the side with the hole. And I think these will be fun because you can actually put a little dangle charm. I haven't done that on mine, but I think that would be a fun thing to do, especially if you're going to do the use these as a gift. I think these would be fun. A little simple dangle, or just a little ribbon or something fun. And then just slip this in here. Right, yep. I'm gonna make sure I wasn't actually separating my ticket from its lining. But there you go. See? Oh, I hope you think these are as fun as I do, because I just love them. I think these are great fun. Okay, we'll do another one. Same basic principle in these. Pardon me, I have glue on my fingers. You know how I hate to have glue on my fingers. But it's worth it for these. Seriously, I think that's going to be like my whole new hobby, is just figuring out how to make different sort of hidden paper clips. Now, I haven't seen anyone else do this. That doesn't mean that somebody else hasn't done it. But like I said, I haven't seen anybody else do this, so I thought, oh, what a fun little Happy Mail gift, or, you know, Secret Santa, or I don't know if it would qualify for, I guess so Hanukkah is usually small gifts, so I guess could be also a Hanukkah gift. I got one of the days of Hanukkah. So, and you could certainly do them with Christmas paper. I was thinking of the more long-term use, but you could absolutely do them with Christmas paper, include them, you know, with a Christmas card. There we go. And yes, I did test mine every time I did it too, with the piece of cardstock, just to make sure I hadn't glued it shut. Because, you know, there's a ever so slight possibility that you could rescue it if you had gotten glue where you didn't want it. But as long as you're careful and just go around the edges and don't, I mean, be generous but not over generous with your art glitter glue. Although I'm sure you could probably use PVA, or I don't know that glue stick would work for these. Maybe. I don't generally use glue stick when I'm going to do a hidden paper clip, because there's kind of a lot of wear and tear on the structure. So let's do this. Sorry, the glue's coming off my fingers and getting onto my project. See, did I not get that lined up quite straight? No, let me trim it real quick before I do the other side. And there we go. Another kind of liquid glue that I have around here somewhere that Rachel uses, and I can't think of the name of it. Oh well. Anyway, I think most liquid glues would work for this. Give it a good solid squish. I just think these are so cute. I just love these little tag. There you go. Okay, so there's those. Now, okay, so my butterfly has 2 layers. So we have the pretty decorative layer, and I only did one. You could certainly do another one for the back side. I just didn't do that for mine. I decided the back is plain and pretty, so you could do that. If you wanted to do another on the back, you can, of course. I just didn't. So, glue on the antlers. Now this part you might be able to use glue stick for, and it might be quicker and easier. But since I'm using the art glitter glue, let's just go ahead with that. Oopsie. Okay. So then I'm going to lay it down on here. Line it up-ish. Yep, my glasses are going to take a little bit of adjusting. Just a bit of adjustment. There we go, that's better. Grab my baby wipe. Let me turn it over and give it a good burnish. Now this one is not Sizzix. I think this one might be maybe Simon Says stamp. Oh no, I lied. I'm sorry, scrapbook.com shape dies, and I've had these for ages as well, so I don't know if they're still available, but you know, I imagine you have something in your stash that will work. Okay, so because the paper clip is too tall for the butterfly that way, I put it in here sideways, and I did this one on the fold, and it is way easier to do it the same shape as the butterfly as to do it not the same shape as the butterfly, because it's just too hard to line up. Oh, is that not going to line up now because I did that one the same direction? You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to chop off the little antlers here because I forgot to do the back as the back. And I did the back the same as the front. Is it going to work when I put them together? Okay. Works with that, but it didn't work with the center. So let me go ahead and put my glue on here. I know somewhere in my stash I have hexagons, and I'm itching to make some of these in a hexagon shape too, because that would give you more pieces for a set. But you could also just do coordinating paper all in the same shapes. Give that a good squish. Okay. I think this would just be so fun on a journal page, or even in little, like in a little, ooh, see, I really don't have it lined up. Note to self, make sure you do them reversed when you're going to reverse them. So this one's a little off, but forgive me. Okay, just trim it so from this side, not worry so much about it from the back side, because once you put it on your piece of paper, you're not really going to notice it anyway. See, there we go. Bottom's not quite lined up. Let me fix the bottom. But anyway, so yes, things like this, remember to do the back side with the paper reversed. And then it will all line up and all be just, excuse me, fine and dandy. Okay, I've kind of flattened out his little, or her little wing there. Let's do this. Still really cute. Not perfect, but really cute. Okay, so there you have it. There's the hidden paper clips made with various and sundry die cuts. And I'm sure I have more in my stash. So we did these. We did, well, this would technically be the set of those kind of coordinating colors from the 6x6 pad. These I made from a 12x12 piece of less, well, I won't even say less loved scrapbook paper, just scrapbook paper that's been in my stash for a long time. And you could absolutely, you know, add more decorations to them or not. I think they're cute the way they are. And I hope you'll give this a try and let me know if this worked out for you. If you have some other shapes that you want to recommend to me, that would be fantastic too. And so if you enjoyed this video, and I sincerely hope that you did, please leave me a thumbs up, make a comment, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't. I will say bye-bye for now.